Good morning, YouTubers, friends, followers, but mainly good morning is to the subscribers. No one else. And my Trevorites. Thank you for the support. It's awesome. Well, it's Saturday morning, isn't it? I've been up since the crack of dawn again. That's what happens. That's what happens when you have children. It's always a crack of dawn, even if it's a weekend. You're always getting up. Someone's playing a computer game, having fights. The dog's having a little conversation with you. He needs to go out for a pee and all that, and breakfast done. And I did the handover takeover this morning with my son, so I've handed him across to my ex-wife, and she's over there. Something strange happened, though. You may think it's strange. To me, it's fantastic. My ex-wife says, the holiday I'd booked with her ex-partner, the holiday she'd booked with him, they've split up. They've booked an all-inclusive holiday in Spain for him and his two daughters, and for my ex-wife and our son. That's 5 people going. But they've split up. He needs a refund, or he wants a refund. And I'm like, I'll step in and I will help with that. I'll do my best to help with that. And so his tickets are all cancelled. And I went, whoa, don't cancel the tickets. Do you mind if I go? No. I'll pay for those tickets then. So now I'm going with my new partner. My ex-wife's going with our son. We're staying in separate parts in the same place. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, this works out brilliant. I can sunbathe all day while you take Sebastian. You take him out on all these different adventures and excursions. I'm like, that'll do me then. That'll do me. So we're sorting that out. You see, I look after people. I make sure everyone's happy. I try to anyway. Don't always work out that way. But there we go. So I'm looking forward to that. This morning I've been a little bit critical. In fact, for those of you that watch me on YouTube, you'll find out that I am very critical about the Russian-Ukraine war. I've always been very critical about it. I don't support Putin. I do not support what Russia's done. I think the people of Ukraine have been quite brave standing up and trying to defend. But I've been critical of the West. I'll tell you why. The West ignored this battle until it started hitting fuel and energy and petrol and diesel. Until it started hitting us in the oil, we went, we may get involved. But we didn't get involved in a way, the West, by the way, we didn't get involved in a way that we sent envoys to Moscow to talk about de-escalation and peace. We didn't do that, did we? No, we didn't. We didn't send envoys to talk about peace in Kiev. The Ukrainians would never stop defending their country, and rightly so, I support that. But we were so like, the West went, how do we stop this? How do we stop it? We will support Ukraine. They didn't try and stop the war. They sent tanks and missiles and guns and aircraft and helicopters, and they sent munitions. We, the West, so far have given Ukraine, listen to this, 600 billion euros. We've given them 600 billion euros and munitions. I'm critical because we should have de-escalated this a long time ago, but for some reason, it's like the West is going, Every country in the West is going, if we send our deteriorating military hardware to Ukraine, we can justify bringing in new contracts to revitalise our military hardware. So if we send our Challenger 2 tanks to help Ukraine, that'll justify the government giving us an uplift in our budget to help fix and help bring about our Ajax tanks. But if we send our own old helicopters, maybe we can get new budget to update the CH-47s or the Chinooks. So every country's been sending their stuff there, and we've all been getting uplifts in defence budgets and stuff. So I find that the West is not wanting to stop the war, in my opinion. I find that we're trying to sort of keep it going until we get our own military hardware fixed. But at the same time, we're having to disband and get rid of footmen, soldiers, boots on the ground to justify more defence budgets. So I don't see this is working out well. The West is looking at this thinking, what's going on here? So what I believe will happen is in the West, in the next election, we'll see a change of government. We'll see something different. We're going to see politicians being pushed down. We're seeing citizens across the world rise up because our governments are suppressing their own people, but at the same time, giving away money hand over fist while we all struggle in our own independent countries. So that's my opinion. That's what I see happening. And hopefully we do see a change of happening. But I'm also seeing something coming out of the World Health Organization. The WHO? Bird flu. We're now being told about bird flu. Now, I'm not a conspiracy guy. I just try and look at things and give an informed opinion of what I can see. I'm not sure why governments are now going, the bird flu's coming now. We all must get this new nasals thing or this new... Why are the World Health Organization and our government complicit in trying to stick crap in our bodies? Everybody wants to give us an injection. Everybody wants to give us a vaccine for something. We're being told something's dangerous. Why? Why are we all being forced into taking medication? For something we don't have, but for something they say we may catch. I don't get it. I just don't understand it. I'd rather not take anything from now on. I do think that the health organisations and the NHS here, the health organisations, the doctors, they've lost trust in the normal... The public have lost trust in them because it feels like we've been manipulated for far too long now. And now that we're all wising up to this, we're all going, no, we're not going to take it again. There we go. Right. Topic here. In Merseyside, there's a school. I don't understand. I'm not going to name the mention of the school, but I've just been reading this and it's in the media. I'll put a link in the source in the thing. But male teachers lined up in the corridor, female students in the school, and was measuring their skirts to see if they fell into... Why would a male teacher be measuring a girl's skirt? I find that very, very creepy. Almost as if it's paedophilia from a teacher's perspective. If you find a girl who's 13 or 14 standing against a wall in the corridor and a male teacher is down measuring her skirt, honestly, he needs to go to jail. I find it disgusting. Also, young girls in a classroom having to pull out a red card and hold it up to let the teacher know that they're on their period. How embarrassing and degrading is that to young girls? Is that where we are now? Is that where we have reached? I find it shocking. Teachers like that need to go to jail. Disgusting. They belong with Gary Glitter in jail. Well, no, he's out now, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. You get the idea. Right. This bit's annoyed me now, this bit, because I like a Sunday roast. And I know many of you like a Sunday roast. And you cannot have a Sunday roast without having Bisto gravy. Whether it's the yellow one, which is for chicken, whether it's the red one for beef, or whether it's like the greeny one for other types of meat. Bisto is now £5.50. £5.50. That's an increase in 50.1% per carton. That's absolutely shocking. Why? In the future, I would suggest that if you want to get round using Bisto, whenever you cook your meat, turn the juices and stuff from the meat into your gravy and pour that over the top of your roast potatoes and stuff. It'll taste nice. Trust me, it'll taste nice. Now, this bit has got me. You all know that I am a single dad now. I have shared custody with my son and it works. And I do believe, right, let me get these figures out and you can check this. There's over 300,000 children in the UK whose parents have split up, right? Might be higher since this video goes out. But that's 300,000. 300,000 children are missing out. The partners are missing out in payments. Because whenever you split with your partner, you can go down the road and take it legal, and where the other partner then has to pay so much each month in maintenance, whatever, the upkeep. But the way it works in the government is this. It doesn't matter how much I earn. I can turn around and say, well, I don't earn that much, I this, and it goes through, and you can refuse to pay for, I know you shouldn't, but you can refuse to pay for your children, and then you tell them, the court, I can pay £50 a week. And all you're doing there is making sure your children and your ex have a terrible life and struggle for their children because you're being an ass. So you go down the road where you pay money out to them, or you can work something out, which I've done, where you continue to look after your children and look after the family. Because why? Because you know what? You've got moral standards, you've got integrity, and you want to make sure people are looked after. So here's how it works in a minute. 300,000 children are missing out in payments because the government is charging the other half £100, but then putting a charge on it for £20. So the government is charging one part of the family £120 a week and only giving the partner £96 of it. So the government's keeping £24 out of that. So basically the government are taxing the benefits to help raise children. I find that diabolical, but that's the UK. That's what we expect. Imagine you're taxing the person giving the money in to the government, and then you're taxing the person receiving it. I think that most families should cut the government out completely, right? Not use them, and just work something out where you hand over the £100 rather than pay the £20 fee to the government. And if you do pay the £20 fee to the government then take £26 off it and only give the partner 96. Our government are ripping us off. The UK government is probably the worst government in the world when it comes to taxation. And you may think, yeah, but it's worse. It could be worse. We could be in Russia and under a regime. Well, let me tell you this. In 2021, in Russia, over 150 people were arrested for posting something on social media that the authorities disagreed with. In 2021, over 3,000 people in the UK were arrested for posting something on social media that the authorities disagreed with. So tell me now, who is in a weird regime? We're all falling under it, and we are letting it, we are complicit to let this stuff continue to happen until someone steps up and stops it. And there's no TV station, in my views, apart from GB News, is willing to tackle these issues. The BBC are too woke, and ITN are suppressed by the directors of the news companies. So there we go. Well, people, listen. Thanks for watching. Tomorrow at 7 p.m, I have Richard Tice on here, the leader of the Reform Party, and I'll be discussing what he wants to move forward, how he's going to change the mindset of the public, and why we should vote for him and his party. Listen, thanks for watching. Have a great day and stay safe.